Hi everyone, today is the fourth day of our course. Course, what is a course? First of all, we have to understand what we are going to study here. We are going to study English. So English is a subject or a language. It's a language. So if you want to study a language, you have to follow a course. Okay, it's like this. Now, what's the difference between a subject and a language? When studying a language, every aspect, every lesson that you study day by day must be connected to each other. It's like this. You are starting here, study the first lesson. When going to the next lesson, next lesson, next lesson, they must be linked as a chain. You can't just study one lesson here, just forget about this, study another one here, forget about this, start another one here. That is not okay. Then you can't complete a language. You can't catch a language. Everything must be connected. Alright? That is why we must study, we must follow a course if you want to study a language. Okay, so now we are going to study English. If you want to cover up whatever the language, you have to improve 4 skills. What are they? Writing, reading, listening, and speaking. Our ultimate objective, that means our final goal, is to speak this language. You want to speak. So when you are going to speak, we have 4 skills to cover. What are they? Writing, reading, listening, and speaking. I'm just asking you a question. If we want to speak this language, what is the most important aspect out of these 4? I'm just suggesting you, listening is the most important part in speaking a language. Take one example. Take an infant, that means a small child at home, maybe 1 year of age. How do they start speaking? They start speaking listening to what their parents speak, what their family members speak. They keep listening. Right after sometimes they start repeating what other people speak at home. They don't write, they don't read. They keep listening. At first stages they make a lot of mistakes. With a lot of difficulties, they start speaking a language. I'll give you another obvious example, another very easy example to understand the value of listening. Now in my country, in Sri Lanka, students start learning English from grade 1. From grade 1 to grade 13, about 13 years, they try to study English. In the meantime, they go to tuition as well, study at school, they go to tuition. After finishing their primary and secondary education, they start going to spoken English classes. If they enter the university, they study English there as well. But most of our adults end up being a sort of failure in speaking English. There's a problem. Take an example. Some of our women go abroad to find some jobs. Take example, especially women who go to Middle East countries. Okay, they go there, they have never studied this language, Arabic language. That's an unknown language. That's a language that they have never touched even. But after going to those countries, these women, these housemates, start speaking that language very fluently within maximum 2 to 3 months. How do they do that? Our students become a failure after studying such a long time, whereas these uneducated means, you can imagine, they who go to different country as housemaids, they go because they couldn't take their respectable job in their country. That indirectly says that they didn't have their primary primary or secondary education, well, that's where they go. How do they catch this language? Because they have no option. The only way is to listen and understand what the household speak, what the people in the house order, what the people in the house ask. They have to listen and understand. After some times, they start speaking that language. So remember, listening is the most important aspect in studying a language, especially to speak. So what are the ways that we have to improve our listening skill? I've seen many teachers using video clips, some films, and making students listen in the classroom to songs and all. Is it successful? Yeah, it's a good way, it's a good way. But if you're asking me a question, can we study English through films, through movies? I'm just suggesting you like this. If you keep watching Hindi movies, Tamil movies, after some times, surely you will get used to some of the words. You would get familiar with some of the words, because those languages are very close to us. Okay, I've seen some kids just singing Hindi songs just after listening, just after watching. They haven't written them. After listening, after watching, they just accustom themselves to those words, because those languages are close to our languages. But English is quite different. That's completely different. The sounds that we have been taught as English is quite different to their real sounds. So studying, just watching movies is a myth. It's impossible. So what are we supposed to do if we want to improve our listening skill? There is a special kind of lesson that we can catch this language. We have to identify the difference between our language and real native speakers' sounds. Okay, I'm telling you, there is a lesson. So you might be asking me a question, so why don't our teachers study this? Why don't they study this lesson and teach us? I'm going to tell you, that is a kind of rigmarole. Rigmarole means a long and complicated process. Okay, I'm telling you that I'm a teacher. I've been teaching English for 20 years. Okay, having all the qualifications. After teaching for 20 years, even now I'm taking around 5 hours a day to improve my English. Do you believe me? 5 hours a day? 5 hours a day? Okay, I'm a person to travel a lot. Sometimes in the morning I teach in a city, afternoon another city, at night another city. I'm traveling a lot. So when I'm traveling in my vehicle, almost all the time I'm listening to kind of English lesson to catch this language. After coming home, before going to bed, what I'm doing is to watching some movies to catch this language. Before leaving home, from the time getting up until I leave home, what I'm doing is listening to something in English to improve myself. Okay? So after working hard, after learning a lot, doing a lot of experiments alone, I have caught this. Okay? Now I'm asking you a question, alright, we are gonna watch movies to improve our listening skill. How many movies, how many video clips must you watch to catch their speaking skill, catch their way of speaking? Because that is unknown to us, that is impossible. If you are going step by step, I'm just telling you, we have about 25 to 30 lessons to cover. 25 to 30. In that we can understand, we can study Indian accent and real native speakers accent, that means English accent. In that also we can figure out the difference between American English and British English. 25 to 30 lessons. So after dedicating myself for English, after studying such a long time, after accumulating a lot of experience, so we are teaching English. But sometimes you just feel frustrated, disappointed, right? Because we have some time. This is, I just made it a point to go through our YouTube channels and check local teachers teaching English on YouTube. My goodness, what they teach is hilarious. I'm gonna tell you that because, you're feeling sorry. The number of subscribers they have, the number of people who are commenting, who are sharing this, who are liking this. How many people? That means that indirectly shows that our people are in need of English. Everyone is after English, but the misfortune is they haven't been given the correct track. I'm going to give you the first hint, the first lesson. In this video, I'm not going to teach you a lot of things. I'll give you the first hint. After that, when you come to my channel, I'll teach you step by step. So the first and foremost difference between our accent, our way of pronunciation and real English is the letter T. So in our language we have a T sound, right? T. But real native speakers of English, they don't have a T sound. They have a T sound. Example, these words we pronounce as to, take, today, tomorrow, tell, until, hotel, return, stop, street. That's the way we have been taught. But real people, native speakers whose first language is English, they have T sound. They pronounce this to, take, to, today, tomorrow, tell, until, hotel, return, stop, street, tree, fact, T sound they have. So when you go to British English, they have T sound almost everywhere, the same soft. But when you're going to American English, there's a difference. They have various kinds of ways that they pronounce the same letter T. British people pronounce these words water, better, later, city, what are two words, what is, but I, get up. But when you go to these examples, if you are a person who watches a lot of movies, Hollywood, that means English movies. English movies means Hollywood, that means mostly you have American accent. They pronounce these words water, better, later, city, what are you doing there? They asking, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What is? They ask, what is? What is you doing? What is your name? What is this? Not what is, what is. But I, British people say, but Americans say, but I. A British person might say, I went to the town to buy something, but I couldn't buy what I wanted. An American person might say the same sentence, like, I went to the city to buy something, but I couldn't buy what I wanted. But I, not but I. Get up. British person might say, what time do you get up? An American might ask, what time do you get up? Not get up, get up. So in American English they say this is two T. This one is called flap T, Americans have. And also they have hell T. And also they have special situation called vanishing T. In such examples, they don't pronounce T at all. Examples like this. Internet, Americans say internet. International, Americans say international. Wanted, Americans say wanted. I wanted to buy something. I wanted to tell something. I wanted to. Wanted, they say wanted. Mountain, they say mountain. Winter, they say winter. That T becomes disappear. Okay, that vanishes. That is called vanishing T. So I just started this one. I was telling you we can study this one, but you have to go systematically, step by step. I know that my channel is gonna be popular. You will like this, but it will take some time. You can see the number of people who have subscribed. It will take some time. It will take some more time means I'll have to wait until my audience gathers. You can do something. Please subscribe. If you are interested in studying English in international level, and I'm going to tell you another secret that I'm doing these lessons in both language, Sinhalese and English both. If you have some problems in understanding all the lessons that I'm teaching in English medium, please go to the Sinhalese medium and have a look. You can understand it easily. So I'm just asking you, subscribe to my channel, share this among your friends, and let them know that we are going to do something special over here. I'm just giving a promise we can do that, because I have enough knowledge. Still I'm studying for you, I'm dedicating my time for you, so I'm ready to give the maximum benefit for you guys. Subscribe, share, and especially I want some comments from you people. Give a comment. That could be, I don't mind if it is constructive or destructive. If you want to just criticize me, if you want to give the feedback the way that you are feeling, I don't mind. I don't care what your English is. If you want to type in Sinhalese, no matter, no problem at all. Anyway, then let's get together and tackle this language. That's enough for now. I'll catch you soon.